What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Train Like a Ballerina. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of the questions I get asked all the time. It's how do I get into the splits? Now this follow along series is simple. All you have to do is follow along with me as often as possible and I can promise you you're going to get into the splits. Now the number one thing for this series is you need to make sure you are warm. So go for a small jog, do some cardio, get your heart rate up, make sure you've got the blood flowing and you're really warm before you do the series. Now I put in the hard work of doing the series for you. Now you have to do the hard work yourself. Follow along with this series as often as possible and you will get into the side splits before you know it. Happy? Stretch it, guys.
Starting off this side split stretching sequence with a single leg hamstring stretch, placing your behind foot on a step, chair or wall. Now this is the intermediate form of this stretch. For a beginner option, do both legs at the same time, preferably with your back against a wall. Your weight is shifted into your toes with all 5 toes placed nicely onto the ground. Take a big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, going deeper into the stretch. Onto the other hamstring now, remembering your neck is nice and relaxed. Close your eyes and think of all the fresh blood flowing to your legs. The deeper you exhale, the deeper you go into the stretch. Onto the floor now into a froggy position. Your knees drop to the side, your back is straight, hands are on your ankles and you slowly bend forward, trying to keep your back as straight as possible. Time to stretch those glutes out now. Stretch one leg out in front of you and bend the other up. Again, keeping that back as straight as possible while you angle forward. For a deeper stretch, fold both legs underneath you and push the top leg down. Onto the other glute now, keeping the body as relaxed as possible. Remember to use your breath to ease into a deeper stretch. do a bit more of a challenging one now, crawling forward with your hands and lifting your right leg to the ceiling, trying to push your leg as far over as possible, relaxing the neck and bringing your weight forward into your hands. Drop down now and relax for a second while the blood rushes back to your head and onto the other side, lifting your left leg now behind you. Time to really stretch out those hip flexors. Holding onto a wall or a stable object, think of tucking your glutes and tailbone underneath you while you push your hips slightly forward, keeping your hips straight like headlights on a car. Pushing those hips now all the way forward into a deep forward lunge. For a deeper stretch, place both hands on your left knee, or for an even deeper stretch, place both arms in front of your left leg. Pushing back on the knee now into a left hamstring stretch. Your hips are straight, back is beautifully elongated, and you're tilting as far forward as you can. Flex the left foot in order to really feel that stretch. Now the forward lunge and the pull back into a hamstring stretch are the two main stretches that will get you into the side splits. So these two we are going to repeat, pushing our hips even more forward into a deep front lunge. If you can, release both hands and reach them to the ceiling. Pushing back again into a hamstring stretch once more, with each breath in going deeper into the stretch. Grabbing some blocks now, or 2 chairs, or even a couple of pillows, and ever so slowly lowering yourselves into the side splits. No matter how close or far you are away from the ground, remember to take big, deep breaths and hold yourself up with your upper body, slowly taking the pressure off your upper body and into your legs. And before you know it, you'll be touching the floor. Now, most people are more flexible on one side to the other, and although I do recommend achieving the side splits on one side first, we want to try as best we can to be equal-sided. Going on now to the other side with the forward lunge and hamstring stretch sequence, but first, stretch out the other hip flexor, tucking those glutes and tailbone underneath you while you push those hips equally forward. Pushing all the way now into a deep, long forward lunge. Pushing back now onto your knee. Remember, your hips are straight, back is straight, and we are tilting forward. For the last time, we are pushing our hips forward into a deep lunge. The second time, we really want to ensure we are going to our absolute limit. Transferring back now onto your knee for a final hamstring stretch. Try placing your hands onto the ground if you can. Easing down now into the side splits again, putting all your weight in your upper body and using your arm strength to slowly lower yourself down. Now, do not worry if one side is more flexible than the other. This is completely normal, but always remember to stretch out both sides equally to avoid any injury. And trust me, before you know it, you'll be touching the ground and achieving the side splits on both sides.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this TLB stretching sequence today. If you're not yet in the splits, try and do the stretching sequence as often as possible in order to get there. If you like what you saw today, subscribe to my channel. I have so many workouts and stretching sequences to come to help as many people as I can around the world. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys at the next Train Like a Ballerina workout.